Today, we'll be going over some strategies for problem solving and addressing common questions. One common problem that people think about when making a diet change is temptations for less than healthy foods. Maybe you've been following a plant-based diet for several weeks now, but last night you couldn't resist that high-fat dessert at a restaurant. Hey, that can happen. There are steps you can take to make this a lot less likely to happen. You can choose healthful places to eat. If you are absolutely famished, have a healthy snack before you go to cut down that hunger drive. And be sure your friends and family know that you are sticking to a healthful diet, so they will not tease or tempt you with foods you are trying to avoid. Don't give in to that just once attitude because you know where that leads. Now, that said, let's say that you did have a slip and you ate something really unhealthy. Don't beat yourself up. Just dust yourself off and get back on the wagon. It can also help to focus on the short term. Rather than saying, for the rest of my life, I will never have another slice of cheesecake, or fill in the blank. Set a simpler goal. Decide to stick with a healthy diet for 3 weeks, and from there, maybe another 3 weeks. When you change to a healthy diet with more high-fiber foods, it takes some time for our gut to adjust to the new foods we're eating. This can sometimes lead to a bit of gassiness or discomfort. The good news is that your body will adjust and your digestion will be better than ever. Some things that can help in the meantime include making smaller, gradual changes to your diet and increasing fiber in a step-by-step fashion. Eat your food slowly and chew really well. Drink plenty of water. And if you cook beans from scratch, make sure you soak them for a long time and discard the soaking water. Cook your beans until they're really soft. That's important. If you use canned beans, rinse them really well. Same with cruciferous vegetables, like broccoli or cauliflower. Be sure they are well cooked. If you work from recipes, learning some new ones might be a bit overwhelming at first. One thing that can make this easier is taking time to really plan your meals, and even doing some meal prep on the weekends or when you have a day off. Keep things simple at first. Maybe this means chopping all your vegetables on one day so they're ready to cook throughout the week. Once you've got this down, then you can add in cooking a large portion of a whole grain and a legume. Put those all together and you've got meals for days. Write down what you want to eat each night so that you don't have to make as many decisions throughout the week. And if you don't have time for any of this, that's okay too. Remember all of the convenience foods we talked about in our earlier videos. Stock up on frozen fruits and vegetables, pre-cooked grains, beans, baby carrots, frozen bean burritos, and veggie burgers, and be ready to use those as healthy options whenever you need them. Some people may notice when they first change to a plant-based diet, their blood sugars are a bit higher than what they're used to. This is especially common for people who've been following a low-carbohydrate, high-fat diet and then make a switch to a plant-based diet. Because insulin resistance, the root cause of diabetes, is ultimately caused by high-fat foods. A person's ability to process carbohydrates is impaired. So when you switch to a lower-fat diet with healthy carbohydrates like sweet potatoes, brown rice, fruits, and beans, your blood sugars will be higher. This will improve quickly once you get the fat out of your diet, and you may even need to adjust medications. If your blood sugar is too high when you first make this transition, here are a few tips to try. First, focus your meals on legumes and non-starchy vegetables. These foods are very slow to release their sugar, so they won't cause blood sugar spikes. Second, focus on intact grains rather than grains that have been ground into flour. Good choices include brown rice, steel-cut oats, oat groats, wheat berries, and quinoa. These foods are slower to digest and release sugar compared to flour-based foods like bread and muffins. Lastly, have a 10 to 15-minute walk after meals. Exercising is a fantastic way to lower blood sugars and can be a great complement to a plant-based diet. Remember, it's not uncommon for blood sugar to go up for a few days when you eat healthy carbohydrates. This will soon sort itself out. During your transition to a plant-based diet, work closely with your doctor to adjust medications as needed.